Retard.
So, welcome everyone, and we are back. Let me get the chats ready. Yeah, so if anybody wants to join, we are on European West multiplayer here on Microsoft. And Andy, yeah, I got your message, Andy. Thank you so much, and I will get you the copy code as quickly as possible after the stream, hopefully. And so, welcome everyone. And yeah, I can see Brandel already taxing down. I am a bit behind because I just need to do a flight plan as well. So here's the lovely aircraft in the One Edge Now livery as well. How cool is that?
Beautiful livery.
Yeah. So I'm going to make it a little bit earlier regarding time so that we can see something. And then I quickly need to run a flight plan so that you guys have an overlay. So C414 whiskey and just a bit of extra fuel here, passengers 5 or something. And then...
Oh, I can see I'm floating for you.
Oh, that's weird, because you're using Microsoft as well, right?
Yeah.
Do you have payware
Maybe
scenery?
different No, I don't think so.
Yeah, because
I
actually... Yeah.
Ah, okay. No, I don't have it. Sorry.
Yeah. So I don't think it was that expensive. But yeah, of course, I mean, Pula, you wouldn't really come to Pula very often.
Yeah, I simply forgot. When you set your altimeter, your QNH to local, which altitude do you have?
Hang on. Just need to quickly start sim Toolkit Pro. So
Meat is
fly.
on the point 200 feet. Maybe that's the difference.
Could be. Yeah, let me just see. Right. Yeah, overlay is working fantastic. So let me go through the checklist here. Let's get everything off here. Tie downs. And then let's get rid of the iPad. So battery, master on, avionics bus on. So altimeter 1004, and I have 220 feet now, indicating.
Okay. You have a higher altitude than me. That's different. That's weird.
But you are on live weather, correct?
Yes.
And for me, it's giving 1004.
Yeah, 1004. But I have. Oh no, I have 220 feet.
Okay.
Maybe that's the reason.
So let's see.
Have you already refueled? Or fueled?
Where do I do it with the iPad or?
Yes, with the iPad.
Ah, okay. So we're supposed to be taking about what, 600 kilograms? How much do you have?
Yeah, I have 500 kilograms. Simbrief said about 470.
Okay, so fuel payload. So I need to do a bit more than. Well, actually, I put a bit too much extra fuel in. So that should be fine. Fuel check, fuel check, fuel check. Yeah, there it is. Okay, cool. So let's see if I can do this by memory. So let's start the left engine first.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Twitch channel subscriber experience. Could new subscribers
Fuel
please
valve is
make your
open.
way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Silvusa. Nice to see you. How are you doing? Thank you so much for 43 months. Right, let's see if we can get the engine running. So getting back to about 1,000 RPM here. Prime at 11.
You should push the prop levers all the way to the front for starting.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Schlechten Menschen geht's immer gut. Yeah, that's true. I know that saying. I like it. Right, alternators on. Charge looks good. Cruising level
170 for me.
170. Okay, so we'll do that after takeoff. Regarding pressurization, air conditioning. Actually, let's do circulate here. High blower. So while the engines are warming up, quickly enter the flight plan. Oops.
Space up on top. Oh.
Papa Lima. Set destination. Lima Oscar Whiskey Kilo. And so we're going to go load procedure. So we're departing runway 27, correct?
Roger. Correct.
So, oops. That's going to be the
There's the
geared,
departure route.
yeah, geared up on Victor, runway 27, low departure. And then from there, we're going to go direct to... How come I can't...
You need first to enter the destination, and then you put the waypoint in en route waypoints.
Ah, yeah, add en route waypoint.
Yeah.
There we go. So that's going to be Modro. Modro. So Modro, and then insert after Bertha. And that's in Austria, obviously.
Yes.
And then Bertha to Alpha arrival, so load procedure. And we're going to do the approach, which one?
We will program the ILS to 7, but then we will break off and fly the circling to the 10.
Yeah, so 28 right, ILS.
Yes.
And
there's no transition, I think.
yeah. I'm not sure that it should have given me the arrival. There we go. So arrival Bertha to Alpha. So there we go. Bertha to arrival, and then on to the ILS. Cool.
Activate flight directors.
So charts, that's a cool thing here. We got charts as well.
And you need to switch to GPS. You are still on VLOG, then
Yeah.
it will not work.
Yeah, give me a second. Departures. Select. And that was the one Victor departure. Where is it? Oh, it's just, okay, it's a general chart then. Yeah, there it is. Cool, that takes us up to 5,000 feet. So flight directors on, and we need to go to GPS. And outset 5,000. Oops. That was a bit fast. 5,000 is set. And so the course should be...
You don't need course for the approach.
Yeah, later on. Okay. Cool.
But I already dial in a vertical acclaimed mode. Then you don't need to do it in the flight.
Okay.
I switch IAS and 120 knots.
And we want to have enough GPS.
Yes.
Cool. Alrighty, looks good to me. So we'll turn off to the left here. And brakes off.
It's a big difference between your airport and my airport.
Yeah.
Very
well, I would
big.
hope so, because I have payware, so
Yeah,
I'll be a
it
bit
looks
disappointed
Much better.
if it didn't look nice.
Yeah. I already was one time on this airport in real life, and it looks in your stream very good.
Nice. That's good to hear. All right, right behind you. And Alex, I think, should be ready as well, correct?
Yes, he already waits for us.
Ah, there he is. Okay, cool. Is there a checklist in the
Yeah, I
iPad?
think there is one, but it's kind of easy. You can also take the MSFS built-in checklist in the menu.
Ah, okay, no, I'll take this one. That's right. Thank you. Yeah, so I'm going to go before takeoff. So select the main tanks. I think we've already done that. Yeah, left main, right main, correct.
I think you can also activate a checklist in the GTN. There is one.
Okay.
I think it's a new feature. I haven't seen this before.
Mm-hmm.
It's at utilities, I think. But first you have to download the checklist, but you can do it in the GTN.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
you have it
indicating.
already.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine.
So that's cool. So that's good to know, actually. So,
So flap 0 takeoff.
so that's all done. Aimers on set. Brakes checked, flight instruments checked. Engine run up. Actually, we can do engine run up checklist in a minute. Just make sure we do that.
And let's do a run up here in the holding point.
Yeah. Eternal, good evening. What's the update? To be honest, I don't actually know exactly. I would have to look through the changelog. I just installed the update today. I've not seen the changelog yet, sorry. Eternal doing very well. How are you doing? What's the score with France and Morocco? Kidman, your new PC finally arrived. And decision is, I will go with Microsoft Flight Sim. May I have your opinion about which edition to buy? Well, in my opinion, what's the middle one? Should be fine. The reason is that the aircraft add-ons like the 747, 787, it's not that good. So I don't see a reason to buy a more expensive version just for that. The add-on airports. So thank you very much. So 2-0 for France. Nice. Thank you, guys. All right, let's set the parking brake. So for the handcrafted airports, I guess there you can have a look and see, if there's something that you would really like. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. So throttle is 17 RPM. Left and right flow lights. What is that?
What lights?
Flow lights. Never that's supposed to be.
Never heard. I know. But no.
So they should be off. Alternators, check. So we go left and right. Alternators checked. Vacuum system checked. Suction is there. That's fine, I guess. Propellers check. So propellers check.
I think you need to pull the prop lever and look if the RPM is descending.
Yeah, it is. Flight instruments, headings looking correct. No flags. Looking good. Throttles 1000 RPM. Yeah, Kidman, of course, the important thing is the Phoenix. All right, so before takeoff, fuel quantity checked.
Is there no magneto check?
Yeah, the alternator check. That's what it was.
Ah, okay.
So main tanks, emergency cross feed shut off. Check open, push down. Yeah, so that should be down. Cowl flaps open. So this is the thing that I saw here. So pull to close. Okay, so they are open.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. Trim tap takeoff. So we need to put this. Let's have a look. Oh, how come the trim doesn't work? Right, that's takeoff.
Okay, for me it doesn't work as well. Weird.
Let me just check the controls because I do want to have the trim working. So let's go to throttle
Elevator
quadrant.
trim up and down is set. Should be working.
So that's the elevator trim, obviously. So elevator trim nose up. Try to... Why? Hang on. We're on the throttle quadrant. Search. There we go. So, elevator trim nose up. So, then we go elevator trim nose down. Select these. Sign. Oh, of course. I'm silly. Disregard. Hang on.
What do you found?
No, I'm obviously using not the throttle quadrant. I'm using the yoke.
Ah, okay.
Christian, you asked. You have to ask yourself: are the handcraft sceneries worth the price for the deluxe edition? Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's exactly right. So, nose up, clear, start scanning.
I really dislike that every update breaks something.
Yeah.
How can I fly this thing without elevator trim?
So it's registering the trim. So it's modeled. Oh, now it's working. Okay. So I just need to press it a bit longer, not quickly. You need to press it like for 2 seconds or something.
Ah, yeah, okay. It works, but very slowly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wing flaps up. Okay. So we don't set the flaps.
Yes.
Prop sync
This
off.
aircraft is taking off without flaps.
So flight instruments, everything's all set. Lights set. Cabin doors, windows all closed. Pressurization set. Do you actually dial in the cruising level already?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So in this case, the cabin altitude. So we're going to set the inner ring. That's the flight altitude. So 15,000 feet.
Exactly. And the outer ring says your cabin altitude.
Yeah. The annotated panel is here, all clear. Auxiliary fuel pumps high. Okay. That's
For takeoff?
Yeah.
Okay.
High. Flight controls check. Let's quickly do the flight controls here. Does that work? Yeah. Looking good. Rudder as well. Ice protection is not required. Seat belts, shoulder harness all checked. And then runway aligned, landing lights, power, and mixture. Okay, cool. Ready.
Hey. So, lining up and let's go.
And good flight.
Thank you. Same for you.
Thank you.
Have you flown a twin prop in your career?
Yeah, the Baron.
And when you now take off this bird, then try to judge if the torque factor or the P factor is almost real here, realistic.
Okay.
For me, it pushes very hard to the right.
Okay.
I need to apply a lot of rudder.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm just gonna wait a few seconds until you've got a bit more distance. Just gonna have a bit more salad. Alright, let's go. It didn't pull that much, Brennelt, in my opinion. So.
Yeah, wait, it comes.
Okay. Is that the wind maybe kicking in?
There's only two, I think it's 2 knots variable winds here.
Okay.
I cannot imagine that this takes a role here.
Beautiful. Wow, it flies beautifully. Love it. To climb power, about 35 on the manifold, 2500 RPM. What I really like about the aircraft here is the sounds, for example, and I have to say, hand flying, it feels really nice. So there we go, GPS active, indicator airspeed, autopilot is on 5,000 feet initially.
I'm already cleared to the cruise altitude.
Okay. So cabin is climbing, as we can see. Adjusting, heading back. So what I have, I bought the add-on, the GTN. It's called, I think, PMS 750. And
Yes.
yeah, so you get charts. If you link it with Navigraph, you get a very nice looking GPS system. It's a yearly fee, if I remember correctly.
It's a yearly fee or a one-time pay for, I think, 75 euros, then you don't have to pay yearly.
Ah, okay.
But you have some utilities when you're clicking through all the menus. In the GTN, there are a lot of functions. You have TCAS, you have terrain radar, you have weather radar. You have all the airport procedures. And in the utilities, you have a WINAV calculator, fuel planner, and some more.
Nice. Yeah, weather radar, traffic.
And it's a kind of a touch screen, so you don't have to dial a lot on some weird knobs, like in the GTN GNS 430. It's difficult to program, and here it is easy.
Nice. Yeah, the TCAS is working. Yeah, I can see Brennell there and someone behind us. So now I'm going to turn. So yeah, GPS function working very nicely as well. Oh, it's got a traffic warning actually. It's like there's an aircraft.
Maybe it's me.
No, you're 2 kilometers away.
Okay.
Maybe someone is just trying to meme us. All right, let's go. 15,000.
17.
Okay, I'll go 15 initially, and then we'll have a look how far away you are.
Okay.
So go indicate airspeed again. I'm going to dial that down to about 140. And the transition is in 10,000 feet. Yeah, it's managed that really well. Lovely. Hey, Flighter. Yeah, absolutely. So the only issue we still had with the later or the previous update was that during crosswind conditions, it became extremely difficult to handle. So after landing in Innsbruck later, I'm going to change the weather to manual and get myself some crosswind, and I will test the aircraft with quick pattern. Hey, Mathematics, nice to see you. How you doing?
Ah, nice. I can see you on the TCAS as well. 2 planes behind me.
Yeah. So the climb rate is nice as well. So currently got 2,500 RPM, 35 on the manifold pressure, and we're doing about 1,213 feet per minute climb rate. The texturing here is also very nice, I have to say. So the cabin altitude should be around about 3,000 feet. I can see the cabin here. Let's see. It's not climbing anymore.
I think it's already at the limit, maybe.
Yeah, probably it's already at 3,000 feet. So that's 3,000 feet here. Yeah, there we go. So that's on the outer ring, 3,000 feet. So that's already reached that.
But you have set the cabin altitude to 14,000,
Yeah.
I think, or 15,000, not 17,000.
Yeah, but initially I do want to go to 15,000. Just want to make sure that I have a bit of separation to you.
Yeah, but you can dial it all the way to the maximum.
Okay.
It's no problem.
So 17,000. So there we go. Now it's climbing again, and it should go to about 4,000 feet cabin altitude. Hey Diego, which one is better, the 414 or the Kodiak? Now, with this setup, with the GPS system, and the fact that this aircraft can go very high and quite fast, that gives you more kind of versatility on longer flights. But obviously, this aircraft is not usable for you know, any outdoor or outback kind of flying. So you know, short field landing stuff we do. So that you can't do really with the this 414. But otherwise, if you're just looking for a nice IFR, you know, twin prop that has the versatility to go high and a bit faster, then this one is definitely a good deal. See there, we got 24 knots crosswind at the moment. And we are past 10,000 feet, so setting standard.
Maybe the right question would have been, which is the better one, the Cessna 414 or the Cessna 310, which is also available on the market. I think from Just Flight.
Okay, I have not. I don't remember the last time I flew that, or even, do I have it actually?
I think you don't have it, but I have already seen it sometimes in other streams. I think on some points it is the 310 is better, and some points I do more like the 414.
Okay.
Optical wise, I think the 414 is more nice, more interesting for me. But in the 310 are failures modeled. You can pull circuit breakers and something like that.
Oh, nice. Okay.
If you
there we go.
are interested, try that.
Yeah. So nice. We're passing 12,000 feet already. Very nice. Yeah, cabin is climbing as expected. 4,000 feet. All correct. So, oh yeah, checklist. Let me go get the checklist up in here.
Oh, fuel pumps.
It's all done. So takeoff is done. After takeoff, gear and flaps all up. Yaw damper check. That's already on, yeah. So auxiliary fuel pumps too low. Ice protection
too low.
required. Yep. Landing lights, taxi lights. Let's retract the landing lights. Prop sync off. Okay.
Off? Really?
No, it says prop sync after takeoff off.
But why?
Yeah, I don't
That's
know. It's
crazy.
just-
I would say this is a bug in the checklist.
well, maybe it's in the
Can't be
climb.
the case.
Well, maybe it's in the climb checklist. So power set, mixtures adjust. Okay, mixtures adjust. That's something. Is that actually modeled now?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
You can lean it.
All right.
But I think the altitude is still a bit too low to see an effect. But
no,
you can
you-
see an effect in saving fuel, a lot of fuel.
Yeah. It is working. So I can see the EGT increasing.
Yeah. Maybe
So
you can talk a little bit about how to lean. Maybe some people are interested.
Yeah, sure. Let me just go finish the checklist. So cow flaps as required. At the moment, the temperatures are okay, so I'm going to leave it as it is. Cabin heat suppressor is set, oxygen checked, and altimeter set to standard. Oh, so for cruise, somebody just posted, so the prop sync is switched on in cruise flight.
Uh-huh.
Not anything, not in climb or. So let me just set the level 170, indicate airspeed. Hey, Retasat, there we go. How are you doing? Nice to see you.
You have a big fan of this aircraft.
Ah, nice. Your cabin is cold? Really? I like it cold. Not
Where
really,
is
but
cabin temperature gauge?
oh yeah, cabin climate. Oh yeah, it is pretty cold. Yeah. So let's see. So cooler? No, hang on. So where do you? Oh, there we go. Cabin. Cabin air aft. Warm. Right, let's see if that has an effect. Oh yes, Caesar. That was the question, right? So turbocharged engines are normally not well modeled regarding leaning, but I think maybe that's something they worked on. Right, so if I pull back on the mixture lever, and I have that on my HOTAS, the Bravo throttle quadrant, so you can see the EGT rising, and there's a red line. 1,000 feet to go. So normally what happens is that at some point the EGT will then drop again. And so normally in the normal proper engines you have rich of lean. So once you peak, you go back and add a little bit more fuel flow again. Or you can have lean of peak. So you would actually lean to a point where the EGT drops again, and accept that even then you have a lower fuel flow on that. Cabin heater on the left switch bar. What?
Careful not to depressurize your aircraft accidentally.
So that's defrost, cabin heat. Is that doing something? Oh yeah, it's doing a little bit. At least I think so. And hey, greetings to Klagenfurt, oh, to Austrian Gaming channel. You live in Klagenfurt, beautiful. Right, let's go ahead, and I haven't got the power tables available, but so I'm just gonna get the RPM back a little bit more. And my manifold I'll leave as it is. And then we just cruise along. Very beautifully, and then propellers synchronize. So you can see a dial there. Fast. So I guess I have to try to see that. That looks good. Under your left window you have a button, and left button is for
I think you mean where the P2 heat and so on is. The most left of this is cabin heater.
oh yeah, that's on. Yeah, I've already switched that on, yeah.
And below your yoke there is also a air conditioning switch, one dial and one switch. I set it to high and the dial to a little bit warmer. The other one, the black one.
Yeah, but that says cooler left and right, so I just leave that.
Okay.
Yes, the cabin fan, you mean?
Yeah. My cabin now already at 15 degrees plus.
Okay. All right, so let's try that quite drastically. So let's do it that way. See if that works. Oh yeah, now oh look at that. Haha. Now we are defrosting people here. Beautiful.
Careful not to grill the people.
Yeah, they never stop complaining. Right, pressurization is checked. So next will be then approach checklist, etc. Cool. VNAV. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Bon, you had to do the dual NDB approach at Klagenfurt while I was doing my instrument rating. Yeah, we've done it on stream here as well at some point. So quite an interesting procedure. But today, what we'll do is I'll show you that on Navigraph. So we're planning to fly the ILS 28 right, and then with the circling approach, so the circle, which should be beautiful. So it's this one here. So we come down on the ILS, and we're going to circle to land, and I guess we are Bravo aircraft, max 135 knots, so about 2,800 feet for the circling, and that's about 1,200, 1,300 feet above the airport. Yeah, so that's the NDB approach you're talking about. Yeah, we've done that. Yeah, so come first time Klagenfurt, you go to the Kilo India locator, and on the procedure they said 6,000, then back when you inbound towards Kilo India 51, and then outbound again 091 towards Klagenfurt NDB. You get down to 4,600 for the procedure turn again, and then once you inbound towards the beacon you descend 4,000, and then the final descent out of Klagenfurt 4,000, and even that is an offset for the runway. So yeah, it is definitely a very interesting approach. Yeah. Cool. So let's see. Oh, look at that! We've got to be careful now. We're heating up quite drastically. So let's have a look here. Let's see if we can stabilize somewhere in the green area. Yeah, we don't want it to get hot. Eventually, yeah, I know. No, you can't be melting. It's all green, you see. Oh, okay, Renter Center, I hope all is well with family. Thank you so much for stopping by. Take care.
First, try your descent calculation, because I'm already in the top of over the top of descent.
Okay. So for our procedure, I want to be. Let's have a look. Star. The art of stars. So I want to be Bertha 10,000. So let's go put that in first of all. 10,000.
Oh, cabin temperature already in the red area for me.
No, I'm all green. So target waypoint is going to be about 10,000. So it says begin descent in 19 minutes.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I'm using 500 feet per minute.
Yes, for me as well.
Yeah.
MSL 10,000, offset 0. And Bertha. For me it says 555 feet per minute right now.
Okay, interesting. But what altitude are you going to be at Bertha?
10,000.
Okay. And you are how far ahead of me? 5 kilometers ahead of me. Yeah, but open the windows now. No. Okay, that looks good. Let's see, minimums. Can I put that in somewhere? Decision height. That's really high though, isn't it? So we said round about 1,300 feet. I mean, I can set that. So let's put that to 1,300 as a reminder.
You like the minimum? You need to dial in the radio altimeter minimum.
Yeah. So 1,300 is set.
Big snowy mountains in my view.
So for the descent, pressurization set landing field elevation plus 500 feet. So that's about 2,000 feet later on. Fuel selector main tank mixture set 1350 EGT minimum. Yeah, so stay in the green band. That's really what it says. Avionics load approach. And a radar altimeter set minimum. So we've done that. Cool. So we've done all of that. Lovely. Hey, Captain Beer Bear, how you doing? As I have built myself a PC with similar specs to yours. Nice, GG. I was wondering about your Microsoft settings and the FPS you are getting. Are the settings published? No. So, Captain Beer Bear, the problem is that when I'm streaming, I've set everything to a value where I'm getting some nice textures, but also some very smooth kind of gameplay. So I'm kind of limiting to 40 FPS right now, which seems to translate to a nice stable FPS on the stream. However, my ultimate goal would be to use DX12, so with frame generation. The only issue right now in Microsoft Flight Sim is that with DX12 you tend to get some scenery issues when you're using some payware add-ons. So there's some airports where suddenly you have some weird ground textures shimmering through. That only happens in DX12. So at the moment I'm using DX11 with TAA and limiting my FPS with VSync to 40 at the moment. And again, that's all streaming setup, and that's why I can't really give you and then publish settings on my website right now. If I can give you a tip, Captain Beer Bear, if you don't mind the texture issues from time to time on the ground, or if you do not have any texture issues, go and use DX12 with frame generation. And what you should get is, even in very high or ultra settings, you should get around 80-90 FPS and very smooth. So don't use DLSS. So you can use TAA still, but with frame generation on at DX12. So Brennel's already in the descent.
Yes.
That's Ljubljana below us here.
Yeah, passing right over Ljubljana Airport.
Lovely. So let's do some calculations. So we have a distance of 40 miles. We have to lose 7,000 feet. So 7 times 3 would be 21. And with the current ground speed, I would have to do at least 1,000 feet per minute.
So you are a little bit late, maybe.
Oh yeah, vertical speed required, 1400. Surprised I didn't get a warning.
This thing doesn't get a warning. It is only a calculator, nothing else.
Ah, okay. So there we go. So I'm going to do indicated airspeed. So we require 1500 feet per minute now to reach that. Kept maybe getting 40 FPS with DX12 and frame generation on. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong then, Captain Baby. I'll tell you what, if you like, I can get you settings tomorrow. And, right, let's go vertical speed here. So careful with the EGT. So set the mixtures to a point where you remain above or in the green band with the EGT. And so now we are maintaining that vertical speed. And just make sure that we don't overspeed the aircraft.
And also check the temperatures. You don't do a shock cooling of the engines.
Yeah, so that's why it's at above 1350 EGT. So that's good. Right. Oh yeah, look at that. So here you have that arc. So where we reached the dialed in altitude. Perfect. Very nice. Cool. So let's go with the checklist then. Utilities checklist. So fuel selectors main tank. Yep. Main tank it is. Fuel looks good. Mixture set, so we have 1350 minimum. Altimeters we're going to be set in a minute. Load approach and set the minimums. Oh, and pressurization, that's it. So we set 2000. Oh, is that for the... Hang on, 2000? That's for the outer ring then. Yeah. And that way differential pressure should be 0 later. Actually, not 0 yet, but after landing. Okay. So, that's all done.
Cabin temperatures really weird. I have F already 34 degrees.
Oh yeah.
And I already reduced everything.
Have you closed the levers as well? So the cabin air? And,
yeah, everything.
Okay.
Everything closed. Now I switch the cabin heat switch off. Oh, this switch has 3 positions. Interesting.
Well, we are live weather. It's incredible. So Klagenfurt, QNH is 1004, variable 2 knots, minus 6 degrees and a few 700 feet. 1004. Cool. Actually, as a reminder, I'm going to set... Oh, that's just Mercury, right? So 1004. Cool.
Transition altitude is... Any idea?
It says
10,000.
10,000. Yeah, so level would be today probably 115 or something.
Okay.
So we'll set 1004 here. So 1004 is set. So maintaining 10,000 until Bertha, and then next is going to be 8,000. Yeah. Alrighty, let's go 8,000. Just let the speed drop just a tad. So again, vertical speed, and I'm dialing in the the vertical speed, so that bar gets to that waypoint. Now let me go and get to procedure. Arrival. Load arrival. And that is good. Approached. I'm going to put the ILS frequency here in the background. And the inbound course should be 283. So that's 270, 283. Yeah, Captain Bear Bear, if I should I forget and you don't hear from me by noontime tomorrow, can you give me a quick shout on Discord, please? Now, I'm just wondering, because we should be getting down to 4,000 feet for the intercept. So I guess normally you would be...
I think we have to do a kind of circling here. When you look into the arrival route, then you can see that there is the circling around Mokek, Whiskey Kilo 830, Whiskey Kilo 831, Whiskey Kilo 832 with descending. But this one isn't programmed in my CDU, in my Garmin.
Maybe I just do a 1360 to the right. So we have to descend 4,000 feet. So I'm going to put this to heading. And then I'm going to put this to the ILS frequency. And there it is. So the approach is now activated.
Yeah, but we are way too high to land there. Way too high.
So the ILS starts at 8 miles. I'm currently at 10. So 2,000 feet to go. So that's why I'm doing this quick 360. Oh, look at the scenery. Absolutely amazing. So beautiful. So glidestep is coming in. I think it should be alright.
Really? Impossible. What's your altitude?
5.5 now.
Okay.
Yeah. Approach is armed, captured. All I'm going to do now is just slow down. Props are going full forward. And we're descending now to 2,800 feet. And so if missed approach is going to be 8,000. Yeah, prop sim going off, and then I'm going to go look through the checklist here, utilities checklist. Fuel pumps are low, gear position lights later on green lights as required, so let me put tax learning on already. So the only thing I can't do really is can't really slow down. What's the maximum gear speed? 177. There we go. So gear's coming out. That should help with the slowing down. Gorgeous. 3 greens, lights as required. Wing flaps should be down 45 degrees. And we are on the ILS. Currently at 6.6. And I can check at 5. We should be 3,060. And that looks alright. So that goes now to 8,000. And I'm going to hand fly once we get to the minimums. Here comes the first set of flaps. Yeah, so 5 miles, 3,060 feet. We're right on the glide slope. Some more flap setting. Manual flight. So getting ready to level off. Mixture's going full rich. So flight director's off for the circling.
Good night, black box.
Lee, mach's gut. Yeah. Hope you have a nice time. So 1 more week, you said. Yeah, so all the best wishes. Alrighty, so are the flaps at 45? Let's just check that. They are indeed. So now we're just going towards that beacon. And then once we're over the beacon, right 240 degrees. Prop sync is off. Propellers checked. Cabin heat as required. Oh, it's very hot. Blimey. Don't know what to do with the heat there. So let's get the cabin heat off. Okay, and put the tracking. So that's me getting all right, now it's cooling down hopefully. Yeah, so let's get rid of that. Okay, so 240 on the heading. And so we're going outbound. Towards the edge there, and so for the turn, so we're going to the edge of the town, it seems. And then we go on an outbound heading. And that was again about 283. Wow, look at that scenery. That's incredible. Absolutely amazing. Right. So let's go back to the outbound heading. And then we fly towards that ridge there. And there's the threshold. Now the question is... Yeah, that's the apron. Yeah, but if you turn right before the ridge, I mean, there's another little ridge line there. So I guess you can't descend too far. 1,000 feet height. So I've got to take care of that. Yeah, you are correct. The chart shows that you're supposed to go just prior to that there, but then this comes into play. But there's a lake, so this is the thing. So that's the lake, and so I'm pretty sure we're supposed to stay ahead of that. So that's the after landing checklist. Next, alright, let's go base here. And then what I'm trying to do is catch a glimpse of the parapet lights if we can. There's the runway. So it's visual. We try to judge our altitude, obviously. Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to align with the runway. God, it's difficult to see with the runway being snow covered. And then of course we can't really see much of the parapet lights. Oh, there we go. I can see 4 white still, so let's descend. Good thing we're not on the airliner. Oh, there we go. 1 red, 3 white. We're not that bad. Not in a bad shape at all. Yeah, 1 red, 3 white. There we go. On path. So we can stabilize the center rate here. And we can slow down a bit as well. So just a tad low. Let's correct that. Man, this thing's still fast. I would guess the landing speed is around, what, 90 knots?
Yeah, maybe should be 85, 90 knots with full flaps.
Beautiful. I have to say, Brennel, it hand flies nicely.
Wonderful.
You know, you don't have that effect like in the Kodiak when you pull the power out. Here the nose doesn't drop that drastically.
The Kodiak had an update as well. I think they worked on exactly this behavior.
Oh, okay, nice.
Maybe try.
Okay. SimCaesar, thank you. SimCaesar, are you streaming today's shared flight as well? Yeah, you said, right? Midnight, I think. So I'm going to expedite to vacate the runway. Refuel. Here comes Alex. It's very close by. Did you go around because of me now? Oh no, I'm sorry. I tried to expedite. Right, runway is clear. So the auxiliary fuel pumps go off. Cowl flaps open. Wing flaps are up. And lights as required. Let's get the landing lights out. Let's see. Brenold is. Have you landed?
No, I'm still on the in the circling. I had a problem, and I had to return.
Mm-hmm. That's reset, ice protection as required, and that's it. So I'm going to park here in front of that. Yeah, Bond, so thank you much for watching. Take care. I think there's a fuel pump there. That's good. Wow, the scenery. Absolutely gorgeous. Goat friend, take care. Take care. Oyst, I know, right? But I have to say, you know, no joke. This actually felt extremely nice to hand fly.
Takeoff, one question for the approach. When you are on this 240 radial, what should be the altitude there?
You should stay at 2,720 or 2,800 rounded up.
Okay, I'm on 2,700, and I think if I would continue, I would crash into the mountains.
Yeah, no, but you do the circling level. So you wait until you are a beam at some point, and then when you start the turn to base, then you can start your descent, and then, you know, look for the PAPI lights, try to judge your altitude and so on. So normally I would have the avionics off, but I'm going to leave that on. So that's fine. Alternators off. Heat as required. Oh, with the cabin. So has the cabin depressurized now? So depressurize?
You can see it in the pressurization instrument left down.
Yeah,
the small
differential.
one.
It's differential, yes. Okay, that's good. Mixtures idle, cut off. Magnetos off, and a battery switch. Now, what I could do is go get myself ground power, and then for the refuel. I use a beta copy? No, I have the standard version. So if I got the GPU, surely I have to switch on GPU power somewhere. Or is that already connected? Battery, surface, P2, cabin. Yeah, so what you need to do is, yeah, get the iPad up, or the EFB, and then press that button on the bottom there. Yeah, to get on. Does anybody know regarding ground power? Is there any switch I need to set?
You can assign a button in the control panel to the ground power. Then you can simply press the button on your keyboard, and you have ground power.
Okay. Well, it works through the iPad as well, the EFB. I was just wondering if there's a switch that you have to set in the cockpit as well, but that's fine then. So, checklist. List not finished. How can I get menu, performance, clear all checklist? There we go. So that cool. Right.
There's something wrong for me. It can't be the true what I'm flying here.
Let me just check. Yeah, it looks like a bit far out.
Regarding the map, I have to turn right now to the right. I'm on 2,700 feet. When I turn right now, I'm crashing in the mountains. Impossible. Can't turn right. Something is wrong with the altitudes.
No, I think you flew too far out. You had to turn before the lake.
Yeah, but I can't. There are mountains.
No, I mean, if you look at the chart, if you turn before the mountain is at 2,300 feet. So if you turn before that ridge line, and that's in front of the lake, so before the lake, turn right, and there's a little hill. And you should be safe at 2,400 feet, or let's say 2,700 feet.
Huh.
So let's go ahead and quickly do the next flight plan. So we're going to go from Klagenfurt to Innsbruck. Alternate, we could put Salzburg and so that 5 passengers, extra fuel, generate. So let's see if Renault had a different routing. So Ingit Nanit. Yeah, that's what I have here as well. Departing 10 left. And the wind in Innsbruck is variable 2. That's fantastic. So we can do the circling there as well. So 26 arriving. Let's generate. Okay, so there we go. Okay, the fuel needed is About 400 kilograms. Doesn't sound like much, does it? Oh, that's perfectly fine. I think we're still good on fuel then. And that's fine. Yeah, cool. So let's load the procedures, flight plan. Delete. So Captain.
So final in the final.
Yeah. Hey Brian. No, Brian, no. So you mean the 320, Brian, I assume? No. Again, we rarely use the windshield wipers. Literally, we only use them on the ground with rain. And even in flight, only in the approach, really, we would use the wipers. But no, if you have snowfall, you have your window heat, and that should take care of the snow crystals. Oh yeah, I know, right? So if you had to pay for it yourself, it would sound like a lot of fuel. Yeah, you're right. All right, let's see Brundle land then. There he is. Well, why would you, Brian? What would be the purpose of having the windshield wipers on the stand? What would you need it for? So that's the Inget 2 Delta. Huh? Sorry, 2 Lima. Thanks so much, Brian. Yeah. I'm a slow eater, it seems. Right, load departure. And then let's add an en route waypoint. None it. And then it's the Nanit 2 Alpha.
Good night, Black
Adventure,
Box.
good night. Take care. Thanks for watching. And I guess France has won. So it's what, Argentina against France for the finals? GG. And runway 8? No. 26. Transition none. Load arrival. So it should be procedure though. Approach. Yeah, there we go. Local has a 26 Romeo. There we go. No, so Brian, if you have a huge amount of snow on the window, you would have the aircraft de-iced. So you use type 1 fluid, which is heated, and then just spray the windshields as well. And that way you have, you would have a de-iced aircraft and de-iced windshields. I mean, the only thing really, I mean, again, if you have the window heat on, there's a button in the A320 where you can have put on the window heat even with engines off. And that way, that would get rid of the snow or the ice on the windshields, so you could look out. So, charts. Charts. Hang on, menu. No. Back. There we go. So, Klagenfurt. Departures. Hang on. Oh, something's wrong here. Klagenfurt. Huh? Charts. Departure. Ah, there we go. That took a while. To Lima. So, initial climb clearance by ATC, but we're going to have to go again about, I would say 16,000 feet, 18,000 feet. And Ingrid 11.5, so let's put that to at least, let's put that to 130. Yes, the difference between type 1, type 2, type 4 is the mixture relation between water and glycol, and also a thickener that is added to the fluids. So type 4 is the thickest one, and will then have the longest hold over time. So, Brendel, how much time do you think you need?
3-4 minutes.
Okay, cool. Then I'll start up again. Those on as well.
Okay.
So
what's the departure records?
The Ingrid to Lima. 10 left.
Lima. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I will change this.
Oh yeah, Brian, absolutely. I mean, the thing is, so the first time that you get into contact with the de-icing, anti-ice procedure, it is a lot to get through. Flies, thank you so much, and again, congrats. I will get in contact with you regarding the...
I'm ready.
Okay, good. The add-on scenery. Right, so I am ready as well. So 160, pressurize, high, taxi lights on, anti-collision lights on. Okay, ready to taxi.
Hey. All the other one has disappeared.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if they're able to continue to Innsbruck with us. Hey, Thomas. Is it going to be a Christmas stream? So I am planning to do something probably either the 22nd or the 23rd. So fairly close to the 24th. I'll check that now, Flies. Hang on. So let me just check. So on Gmail, I didn't get anything yet, Flies. So just make sure. Captain, so CPT Blackbox at gmail.com. Alright, ready when you are.
I hope everything is ready, nothing forgotten. Fuel is maximum. Okay, take off.
Yeah, so CPT for Captain, yeah, CPT only, yeah. So again, the high, okay. Flight controls were checked.
Crazy light here. Awesome. I'm actually on 16:20 local time. If you like, you can try this as well. At least for takeoff.
I love the yeah, I'd leave that as it is because it does look already quite nice. Maybe I'm actually on the same time as you.
Okay.
So checking approach sector is clear, departure end is Brennell, that's fine.
What's that?
Kitman, good night to you. Yeah, all the best with your new PC. Let me know if you have any issues. Happy to help. So here comes 19 knots, pulling back. Aircraft lifting off, pause a climb, gear up. So we've got nav mode active, Pitching for 120 knots. Flaps are already up. Yeah. Yaw dampers on, autopilot on. Indicate airspeed. Cool. Okay, so flies. Yeah, now I got your email. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, flies. All the best. Right, so let's just check, see if the cabin is cold or not. Gear is up. It's alright. It's a little bit warm. So for now, prop anti-eyes. We don't need. So checklist. Engine instruments check. We're going to put climb power now. Already passing. So we're doing a left turn here. Gear flaps are up. Yaw dampers checked. Fuel pumps are low. All right. So in a nice left turn back over the field here, and then ice protection as required. Landing lights retracted. Prop sync is off. Decline. Power is set. Mixture is adjusted. So let's leave that there. Cowl flaps as required. Temperatures looking okay. Cabin heat as required. That looks alright as well. Passengers should be happy. Pressurization is set. Cabin is climbing. Oxygen check. And then the altimeters waiting for the transition out of 10,000 feet. And we're good.
We need to be at 10,000 feet at waypoint W kilo 6111. I don't know if I can manage that.
Really? No, it should be alright. I've got 13,000 selected. Climbing 123 knots. 123 knots. Looks alright to me.
Okay.
Do the 414 simulator power control. So if you're airborne, reducing throttle lever, reducing power level to RPM reduce. So, I mean, here you've got your prop levers. So obviously reducing manifold pressure. Yeah, you can see the RPM drops as well, ever so slightly. And I guess the governor is trying to readjust that. And we saw the mixtures are simulated now, so when you reduce the mixture, you can see the EGT slowly rising. I can't say, Jan, if it's 100% correct, but it does look fairly good to me. So we've got a 10,000 that we required. So now I'm going to go accelerate a bit more. And we're going to climb all the way to 160. And now we set standard. Yeah, and Jan, I'm in no way affiliated with the company here that produces the Cessna 414. But from my circling approach I've just done in Klagenfurt, hand flying this is actually extremely nice. So quite contrary to other aircraft, there isn't a big kind of pitch tendency when you do thrust and so on. There's a little bit, but a lot better to control, and also the trim is not as erratic, so not as fast as with other aircraft. So I personally feel this aircraft now is very nice to fly. Brendel, what do you think?
Yes, for me, same opinion, yes.
So let's see, can I get a...
The most problems I had was in crosswind conditions before the patch, and there it was very difficult to land.
Okay. But that we're going to try out after the landing in Innsbruck, see how that is now working.
Yeah.
PMS, Bartek. Well, I've for some reason, I don't know why, but I've got the PMS GTN, and that has installed perfectly for me. I was able to connect the Navigraph charts without any issues, and so yeah, I'm very satisfied with that. We're doing the Nanit arrival, so the Nanit 2 Alpha to Rattenberg, and from there we'll start the localizer 26 approach, and again we're going to fly the circling runway 08 just for the fun of it. Yeah, thanks for flying along, Alex. There he is, right behind us.
Nice, there. Okay, nice.
I have to say, these kind of flights, this aircraft is perfect for it. Really nice. Yeah, Jan, I just I love the fact that this aircraft is also good, for just climbing up higher and flying a bit faster. So it has a pressurized cabin, some good anti-icing stuff as well. Oh, it's getting cold in here, blimey. I'm getting complaints. Sorry.
Aircraft needs an automatic air condition.
Oh yes, please. Airbus style, I like it.
Of course.
So let's put this to nighttime lighting. Cool, look at that. Even the lighting looks fantastic. Right, there's a way to go. So I was just searching for
What are you looking for?
VORs.
Ah, okay. You have the Kilo Fox Tango outbound behind you, if you like.
Okay. Good. So just want something for general kind of, you know. So there we go. That's so let's put this to nav 1.
Innsbruck does have the Papa Alpha Tango, if you like. But it's only a DME. Don't know if you can fly that.
Probably not. Oh. It's kind of weird. That's ascending. What's happening? Out select. There's something went wrong there.
Maybe turbulence.
Oyster, yeah, absolutely. I can imagine, yeah. Yes. Oh, actually, I'm really close behind you. Are you at 16,000 as well? Oh, no, hang on. What speed are you at? So you're still in the climb, Brennel, correct?
Yeah, I'm going to 2200.
Okay.
The sunset or sunrise over the Alps is very impressive, I have to say. Very nice.
I'll stay here. So, let's see, checklists. So power set. So I'm gonna put. So let's see. There was apparently there was something with cruise checklist. No. References. Performance. So max speed, normal cruise, 230 knots. What? Wow. Okay. How on earth am I going to reach 230 knots? Blimey. Oh, that's the inner circle, not the outer one. Okay, we're already there. There we go. So just get the prop RPM down a bit. Gonna sync up the props. Manifold looks good. Mixtures nice and lean. Temperature's looking good. So procedures. So let's put this to cruise. Mixtures lean, propeller synchronized, and pressurization is set. Oh, now it's getting too hot in the cabin. I'm not too good at this, I have to admit.
I already
Ooh.
disregarded it. It's too difficult.
Alright, so good. Just see if that stabilizes. If not,
Have you tried to switch the cabin heater on the left side?
yeah, I've put
to
that too
off
low.
also?
Yeah, I've put that too low now, so yeah, that helps.
Yeah.
that's in a green. Ah, just beautiful. Look at that scenery. So ground speed, look at that, 176 knots. And we even have a quite a strong headwind, don't we? Yeah, 35 knot headwind component. And look at the ground speed. Really cool.
Oh, as I can see, the headwind increases with the altitude.
Yeah. So pro
So
pilot, I'm staying at
Maybe I
16,000.
should stop here. Yes.
There we go. Jan, I'm
was
using the PMS. Yeah, the PMS GTN 750. Yeah, that's what I'm using. Yeah, now 184 knots ground speed. GG. So I want to be at Rattenberg 9.5. So let's enter 9.5 target and waypoint. No, Rattenberg. And we'll do that at 800 feet per minute. So I'm just wondering, is there a list somewhere, flight timers, or anything that we can... I've got a fuel planner as well, that's interesting. Anything regarding the arrival time?
No, I don't know. I don't know about that.
No. So what it does have is it tells me it's 55 miles for the leg to Nanit, and then another 41 to Innsbruck straight line. So all is about almost 100 miles. Yeah, Jan, let me know how it goes. I'm interested to hear your feedback. One thing I didn't talk about yet, but the textures also very nice. And if you're interested, that livery is available on the website oneengineout.com.
Yes, it is already.
Yeah, thank you much, Brennald. Hey, Max Universe. Well, I mean, so here's the deal. Oops. Oh, hang on. Do we have a headset, Brennald, in here?
No, you mean for reducing the sound? No, you haven't.
Yeah. Okay. So you already have a good graphics card, right? And the... Wow. Why am I descending? Okay. That is interesting. That's a bit weird, Reynolds.
What happened?
It started descending for whatever reason. I have no idea why.
Your vertical speed dialed in.
had out select, and it was maintaining 160, and then for some reason I was just looking down at something and it started descending.
Maybe a weird T-bind.
Sure. So Max Universe, the only big advantage using the 4090 or getting the 4090 lies in the fact that when you have the 4090, you can use DX12 with frame generation. Weirdly enough, that is actually something that really boosts FPS. So it's not internal that you get more FPS. It's actually between the graphics card and the monitor where the frame generation puts in extra frames. And weirdly enough, you can get to about double the normal FPS. So let's say you get 45, 50 FPS in-game, you would boost that to double, so almost 100 FPS. And it's also very smooth, which for me was quite fascinating to see. However, at the moment, as things stand with Microsoft Flight Sim, DX12 does cause some issues regarding some artifacts on the ground, so strange texture things that come through. But if you don't suffer from that, or if you don't mind that, then I guess you know, it's all good. But just to make sure people understand, if you don't use frame generation with DX12, so you continue to use it, you know, let's say in TAA mode, and you will not get much more FPS out of it compared to 3090. And the reason is because you'll still be CPU bound, CPU limited. So in the Phoenix, in kind of high settings, let's say at a normal airport, you would get 50 FPS. You wouldn't boost much the FPS simply by moving to a 4090 using TAA and DX11. Right? So the real advantage is DX12, and if you're using VR. For those that use VR, be it here in Microsoft Flight Sim or in DCS, that is actually quite incredible. That is something where I've just started enjoying it so much. But that's about it. That's as much positive as I can report. And I don't know, you know, regarding prices. So the net cost, you know, selling the 3090, getting 4090. I don't know. Yeah. So Max Universe. To be honest, the 10700 is a good CPU. However, you're gonna be CPU limited, even in the 4090. So yeah, the only advantage will be using DX12 with frame generation. So prior I got the 4090, I was using the 2080 Ti. And I was setting everything to 30 FPS, VSync, 30 Hz monitor setup, and it was enjoyable because I could use fairly high settings. I had a really smooth kind of, you know, gameplay, so panning around, everything was smooth. There was no lags or stutters, or very few lags or stutters. So I was happy with that. And my motivation to get the 4090 was obviously the upgrade, including the improved VR performance, because I do fly DCS a lot. Yeah, so Max Universe, if you activate the what's it called? The experimental, is it called experimental? stuff, so that you get the frame or FPS counter. You can then get a indication what you're limited with. Right now, interesting enough, I'm limited on the GPU. Although I have a feeling that's because I am currently limiting to 40 FPS for some reason. So I'm pretty sure if I unlimit that, it will be CPU limited. And so if it says limited by thread, you know it's not GPU limited, it's still a CPU limited. And again, that's what's going to limit your FPS with the other 4090 GPU. So we've got a bit of turbulence, Brennelt, here.
Oh, really? Yeah, I'm a little bit as well.
So we're tracking. So I want to change the fields. What's distance, wind, ground speeds? Well, actually, that's actually quite nice. Yeah, let's leave it at that. So let's go and have a look at the VNAV. So we're slowly coming into the descent, although only landed to 15,000, and then only after landed we're allowed to descend further. How do you get the sim to take advantage of both CPU and GPU and not being limited to one? Well, you're always going to be limited to one, Max. And the way things stand at the moment, the CPU limit comes in earlier than the GPU limit. So the GPU, so even the 3090 is so strong that the CPU or the FPS are limited by the CPU power. So I've got the 13900K, and it's running at, I think, 5.8 gigahertz. So 5.6 to 5.8, so really fast. And for me, if I unlock the FPS, again, I'm literally, let's just see if I can do that here really quickly. So let's do. I don't think I can switch while I'm in the sim. Yeah, that doesn't work. The new 7000 series AMD CPUs are coming in early 23, maybe. Well, the thing is, so always, I mean, again, just my 2 cents. So for me, oh Jesus Christ!
Terrain. Pull up. Don't sink. Too low terrain.
God,
too
that's
low
loud.
gear. Too low flap. Too low terrain. Glide slope.
How about a
seriously.
single engine approach? Plus switch off
Seriously.
the engine at 5,000 feet.
Wow, I literally jumped That was so loud in my headphones there. Good God.
Crazy.
Oh.
Sorry.
No worries, you couldn't know that. Brennell, thanks so much. And Brennell is saying, how about an engine failure?
Single engine failure.
Yeah, it's a single engine failure at 5,000 feet. All right, we'll do that. And thank you so much, Brennell, for the €10 donation.
Welcome.
Just get the stream labels working. Alrighty. Yeah, so regarding AMD, so for me, I would have to literally get everything new. So main board, the CPU, GPU, and I guess even the RAM. I don't know. I haven't had an AMD card or AMD chipset, so yeah. And I was literally just upgrading motherboard and the CPU. I think the CPU I did earlier, and then yeah, the GPU at the end. Yeah, I got a beautiful sunset here. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at that.
Yeah, now you have that sunset which I had at takeoff.
Beautiful. Okay, so the RAM is the same. Okay, Oscar, thanks. I'm always happy to hear other people's you know, feedback that actually using AMD. So once you upgrade to the next level, yeah, let me know. Okay, so we're still doing 180 knots ground speed. We have 20 miles to Nanit, and that means about, I would say, 35 to Rattenberg. But we only have to lose like 6,500 feet. So that's why we just stay here at level 160 for now. Fuel check. We have currently still... yeah, about 300, so that's 600 something pounds. So it should still be about 300 liters. Let me check with the iPad here. Yeah, it's 300 kilograms. Yeah, so still very good on fuel. And we are in the green regarding temperatures. So it seems like I finally found a setting that that is okay. Good. So for the circling, we are going to do so the localizer 26 Romeo, and the circling then. Let me see if I can put the charts up here. And not departures. Arrivals. So Nanit arrival. Go, and for the approach, Romeo 26, and then for circling, we'll do that in 3,700 feet. Elevation is 1,900, if I remember correctly, yeah, 1,900. So about 1,800 height there. Cool. Inbound course for the localizer is a bit offset. We know that. But that's going to be 254 degrees. At the frequency. is 111.1. So that's pre-selected as well. So I guess the easy way to fail an engine, Brennelt, is to switch the fuel selector to off.
Yeah, you can do or the red condition lever to cut off.
Okay. Roger.
But only one, not both.
No. That will make the circling difficult to fly.
Oh yes. You will fly the circling?
Yep.
You think it's possible with the wind?
Was it variable 2 knots or something?
Okay, and now we have 110 with 3. It's okay. As I checked some minutes ago, there was a kind of 5 or 7 knots from the west.
Okay. So 1002 minus 1. Yeah. All good. Hey Nando, how you doing? So let's put the landing field elevation plus 500. So I'm going to put this to, oops. Put that to about 2,500. 2001. So that's set. Fuel selectors, main tank, mixtures later on to maintain more than 1350 Fahrenheit. Altimeters 1002 later, avionics load approach, done that. Radar altimeter, well, we can't really set the minimums here. That's all set. Let's try to set an NDB. Where was that? Is that here, that panel? Yeah, that's the panel here. So 303. Oh, look at that. It's already indicating. How cool is that? So that's working. That's fantastic. 111.1. So we can put that here already. Just for the DME. Not receiving it just yet. So we're passing Nanit. And then utilities, VNAV. Yeah, let's start our descent now. So 9,500. Vertical speed 1,200 feet per minute. Just make sure that we don't drop the exhaust gas temperatures too much. Just going to monitor now the speed, and there we go. That arc should coincide with the Rattenberg NDB. Love how the sun is setting here. Absolutely gorgeous. Brennan, how far away are you from Nanit?
I'm already past Nanit, inbound Rottenberg right now.
Okay. So let me see if I can see you.
I'm 12,500.
Ah, okay. How did you overtake me so quickly?
Yeah, I gave up some altitude for some speed.
Nice. GG. And are you doing straight in or circling?
Circling. There are a lot of aircrafts on the airport. Maybe we disturb them.
Well, we're not on that sim, so I don't care. So, right, cabin is descending, very nice. So pre-selected localizer, inbound course, 3,700 is the circling altitude. Transition again is around level 120. So I'm already going to set the Kinich 1002. EGT is looking good. Prop sync now goes off.
It's a break off to the circling. It is at the beacon, right? Romeo Uniform Mike.
It's at 4.2 degrees from Oscar Echo Victor, the localizer.
Ah, yeah,
DNE.
okay. Yeah.
And then you turn left 230 degrees. Absolutely gorgeous. And that's a weird sensation here in Microsoft Flight Sim, where this is actually a lot of fun. I really enjoy these flights. It's quite immersive because of the sounds and so on.
And the altitude for the circling?
3,700.
Again, please?
3,000, so 3,700.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, so these are the lights. So you can actually adjust side console, lower left side, right side. Yeah, so these are individual light switches, and they do work. Stark, how are you doing? So I'm not receiving the localizer. It seems just yeah. Oh, hang on. I need to switch over to CDI in a minute. So for now, let me just continue. That. Nice, so stark. So right now, if I can show you the setup here. So right now, I've changed to the mixture level, to levers, to prop levers, to thrust levers here, and you can change that within a matter of seconds, really. So quite impressive. Okay, so turning left towards. Are you flying holding, Brennald, or?
No, but my Garmin messed it up. It doesn't follow the route.
Oh.
So problem here is you have to manually activate the approach, otherwise it will not fly. And I do not have a localizer, which is not nice as well.
So that should be 207 degrees. I'm going to put this to heading. Also, I'm not sure why it's climbing now. So that's kind of strange. Okay, so I'm going to switch over to localizer indication. There it is. Arm the approach. So localizer glide slope armed. Hey Technicus. The mod is called PMS. Wow, why is it climbing? Blimey. What's happening? I just have a feeling sometimes it's doing some weird stuff. Climbing, descending,
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Same for me, yeah.
Hmm.
It's not that reliable sometimes.
So well, that's fine. So heading on the localizer, descending at 19 dMs. I've got a good indication here. So 3 miles to our descent point. Alright, there's Reynolds ahead of me. There's Innsbruck. So beautiful.
It's a steep approach. I think I will put down my gear.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Here comes the localizer looking for the intercept. And it did capture for some reason. Okay, that's weird. I'm not sure if it's still too far out, but oh, darn.
A lot of turbulences here. It will not keep my descent rate, which I dialed in. Descent rate is wiggling between 500 and 1,500 feet per minute.
Okay.
Oh.
Did your aircraft capture the localizer, Reynolds?
Yes, it has.
Okay, that's weird.
Have you switched from GPS to VLOC?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
But I have had when your angle to the localizer is too big, then it can't capture. I think you need to be within 45 degrees to the localizer, otherwise it will not do.
Well, now it should have captured, but it's just not capturing for some reason. All right. Doesn't matter. So at 16 miles, we should be 8.3. Yeah, so we should be. Oh, there we go. Now we've got glide slope indication as well. Oh, hang on. Do we need to activate approach here back? Procedure. That should not matter, should it? Right, gears coming down. Don't want to get too fast. Kind of strange because it worked nicely in Klagenfurt. No issues there whatsoever. So at 13 miles, 7-1. That looks okay. I can see the runway here. Just to switch off the labels for a second. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. Nice. So just drifting off a little bit. Yes, I do, Stark, yeah. Well, to be honest, I mean, they seem fairly expensive, although I think that one of the most expensive parts really is the shipping costs, but the quality is good. So I've been using it for quite some time, and I have exchanged these add-ons quite often. So no issues whatsoever. So we should be 10 miles at 5.9. Yeah, so get it just a tad low here, correcting, and just giving it our first set of flaps. I just saw the EGTs there a little bit low. So fuel pumps, auxiliary low. I'm just going to look at that. Oh, cabin is hot, blimey. Yeah, they are low. Gear will be down in a minute. So we're going to turn off at, what did I say, 4 point something?
4.2.
4.2, thank you for the circling. Alright. A lot of aircraft around. There's Reynolds ahead of me. Right. Stay here at speed 130 knots. Absolutely gorgeous. See the landing lights extending now, and there we are. Now the landing lights are on. Cool. Love that. So we're going to level off, and here comes the turn onto a heading of 230. Gears down 3 green, lights as required, flaps will come down further as we go, prop sinkers off, propellers checked, and cabin heat etc. set. The rest is now after landings. All right. There's the airport. How? Maybe just a bit overdone with the red color there in the sky, but hey. So 3.5 Oscar Echo Victor Axams Church. That's where we're gonna go back again to the or turn base.
I have no localizer signal more here over Axams.
Oh, okay, that's weird. Oh, you know the Axams Church, so all fine.
Yeah. Careful with the power lines.
In case of missed approach, we'll climb back up to... Actually, I tell you what, we'll join the circuit again in case of missed approach. And there's the Axams Church. Oh, engine failure, hang on. Almost forgot.
Ah, yeah.
Oh yeah, engine left failed. Oh, sorry, right. Right failed, right spooling down. So we'll go mixture lever right, cut off. Throttle is idle as well. Ooh, spicy. Let's hope we can keep the speed. May have to raise the landing gear again. Yeah. Let's just raise the landing gear. Manual fly. Oh, that takes a lot. Oh yeah, rudder, of course. Ooh, that's a lot of right rudder.
Azimuth
Left,
yeah.
yeah, left rudder. Oh, blimey. Flight director's off. So under full power. Let's also have the right prop to feather. Ooh. Man, is there a rudder trim? Probably is, but I can't see it now. Oh, flight rudder.
What to 5 knots tailwind here.
Careful now. So leave the flaps as they are. Well, the problem is, I have feathered it. I'm just not sure if the feather works here. Gears coming back down. Just overshooting a bit. I've got 1 red, 3 white. So now this will be the interesting part. Can I... Yeah, I should have feathered prior to doing anything else. Yeah, probably. Now I'm going to leave the flaps as they are, because I fear that if I use any more flaps, forward and aft. Yeah, I've done that. Doesn't really seem to help. Right, cool. Okay, so a bit more left rudder. Now I've got full left rudder, which is kind of strange. But we're keeping it under control, that's alright. Just let the speed bleed off now. There we go. not bad
I think
at
a
all.
single engine go around with that bird would not be a good idea.
No, I don't think so. At least not if you don't get the prop feathered.
Yeah.
Solid Wings, what was the end result? France, Morocco. And it breaks. Let's try to get the next exit here. 2-0. Okay, thank you. Congratulations. What a great final. Argentina against France. Wow. So if France... if France wins, wow, 2 in a row, that would be incredible. Yeah, sorry, Bruno, go ahead.
You are a football fan now?
No, not really. But I did watch some other games, so I did find them interesting, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was very cool. But yeah, just for clarification, so if I have a look.
And now the little crosswind training base.
Yeah.
But with daylight base.
Yeah. So it's definitely not feathered. And I guess I did just a procedure error where I should have feathered first.
Okay.
Alright, so let's put all that forward. I'm going to restart the engine. And then we'll do a little bit crosswind practice. Okay, I am going to put this then to manual weather. So 1013 is fine, and for the wind, let's put this to north, yeah, northerly wind, and speed.
Maybe especially here in Innsbruck, you can have a lot of turbulence with strong northerly wind. Better try an airport where you have no mountains in the area, like Bremen.
Yeah, but hey, I tell you what, let me try that first here.
Okay.
So how much crosswind do you think we should have?
I think 10 to 12 knots. We have to calculate this in meter per second because the entry is in meter per second. So I will do. Wait a second. I have
So
a
close
calculator.
throttle, feather prop, and then mixture close. Okay, so the thing is, feather needs more than 100 knots. Okay, so Jan, the thing is that I switched off the engine by putting the fuel selector to off. So that's where the engine already was kind of spooling down. But I guess I was kind
12
of...
knots. 12 knots are 6.2 meters per second.
Okay. So 6.2... And a bit of gust factor of about 3 knots or something, or 5 knots.
Maybe if you like, but it will be then very difficult.
So we're going to put the flaps to up. Oh, you're right. Yeah, the gust as well, direction. You're right. Cool. Yeah, excellent. Thanks.
I don't know why you have the ability to set up a different angle for the gusts. I think usually the gusts come from the same direction.
Yeah, they should normally be.
Can you switch to daylight?
Yeah, of course. Okay, so the wind is, we set from the north. I will do a right-hand pattern. Yeah, I can try again later of the engine failure, Janlop. We'll see. Let's see if we can get it into feather. Oh no, hang on. The wind is to the left. Yeah, what did I set?
From the left, yes. Left is north, I think.
Yeah. There we go. So wind is from the left. Alright. Done everything. So let's try that. So a bit of aileron to the left, obviously. And I can feel I need to put in right rudder, left aileron. But it's controllable. Relax the rudder. Gears coming up. The aircraft.
A lot of crab angle.
And let's search to see if what the wind says. Oops. Yeah, so it's 26 knots crosswind. That's actually a lot of wind, a lot more than I expected, Reynolds.
Oh, really? Yeah, I think the wind island is a little bit buggy.
Yeah.
But from the pure calculation, 12 knots should be that amount of wind in meters per second.
But that means that that the controlling of the rudder and aileron is fine. There was no big issue.
Okay, now try to land. Let's see.
But it's bumpy. Good God. Alrighty. So put one set of flaps out. So we're going to head for the Accent Church again.
What does your Garmin say? How many wind do you have?
Well, it says something about 24 knots. I'm just a bit confused because here on my wind display it says 24 from the right and 3 headwind.
Okay. Strange.
But maybe, oh, you know what? Maybe that shows because it's northerly setup, so the wind indication, that could be correct then, from the north. Alright, gears coming down. What's the limit? Actually, what's the wind limit? Crosswind limit for the Cessna? Because they quite often
exactly, but I would guess around 15 knots. It's not that much like an Airbus.
Yeah, so let's dial that down just a tad towards 20 knots crosswind then. Hey, BW Flight Simulation, thank you much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. And can we have a big shout out, please, for BW Flight Simulation? Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, everyone. So we're just messing about a bit in the Cessna 414, and we've just done some 2 very nice flights, and now we're just testing the crosswind behavior, because that's something that was a bit bugged with the previous version. And we are, of course, as you all know, in Innsbruck. So there's some power lines that we have to take care of, and we're going to start to send some more flaps coming in. Let's trim that a bit. Number one sim and set in saying Microsoft Flight Sim, yeah. Ooh, that's a lot of down updraft. Blimey. Interesting how that's simulated now. Right, full flaps. Wow, that really caught me out there. Alright, we're good on path. So, we're on the glide. Gears down 3 green, we've got full flaps. And 20 knots from the left. So we're going to try to maintain 100 knots airspeed here. Yeah, I'm literally, it's either, you know, X-Plane 11 at the moment or Microsoft Flight Sim. Takes a lot of rev angle. There's an aircraft on the runway. I don't really care. We're not on that sim or anything like that. I'm just going to ignore that. They're turning around. Okay, well, mind your head. So into the flare, decrab, left aileron down. Well then, oh! So left aileron, I didn't have enough left aileron I think, but one thing I can say is still really twitchy in the rudder axis, Brennald.
Yeah, that's the issue I always have. And sometimes I touch down and then the aircraft shoots from the runway. Can't do anything about that. Even with full rudder.
Yeah, so I guess, yeah, still some ground effect coming in from Microsoft. Reshade, yeah, I'm using something called Game Filter from NVIDIA. That's what I'm using. I'm quite happy with the result. Right, one more thing to try is I want to see if I can get the engine feathered. So that's the last thing we'll try out here. Oh, it's midnight already. Jeez, it's gotten late. Right, flaps coming up.
It has a Malibu Mirage has a crosswind limit of 70 knots, which is a little bit similar aircraft.
Yeah. So takeoff, if you use a lot of kind of aileron input, is all right. That's not too bad. But I guess with the flare, yeah, you just tend to use a bit more rudder than necessary. Good, so let's have a look. Gears up, flaps are up, and so it was throttle idle first of all. Got more than 100 knots. And then feather the prop. So that's feathered. Is that feathered? Oh, that wasn't feathered. I think that's why. Maybe we couldn't get it feathered.
Now switch it off, then you can see.
There's a lot of left rudder here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so now it's feathered. And it's easier to control, yeah. Yeah, I still need full left rudder. But that's because I'm on full power on the other engine. Yeah, that's
Interesting, the little windmilling. Nice.
Yeah, that is nice. Yeah, I can't get it. I can't get the ball centered though. So we're at what, 30 manifold pressure, and I'm still like, you know, here's full left rudder now.
Maybe you need to find the rudder trim.
I can't look down now. Hang on. Nose roll. Nose. That's a nose trim. Oh, that's what I thought. So,
Nose right left. There's a little pin. Nose right left there. I saw it. Just below the prop lever.
yeah, the problem is I can't really look down.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, right? That's
You
the one there.
You should map this on your lever anywhere.
Yeah. That would probably help, yeah. Yeah, so I guess with that you may be able to center the ball a bit more. Oh yeah. Yeah, so now at least you get a chance to center the ball. Again, I have no experience with the Cessna 414. I don't know. We're still on a fairly high power setting on the other engine, so I don't really know how much rudder you still need. So I'm going to put full left rudder trim. So it does have a little effect, so it's flyable. So there we go. That answers the question. So let's go put this there. And we have a windmilling start. GG.
Awesome.
Cool. Right, guys. I am going to end the stream here in flight, which I normally don't do, but hey, I need to get to bed as well. Got an early start. Let's just see if our good friend Sim Caesar is streaming or not today. Let's see.
Good night, Black Box.
757 Spy is streaming if you like. Sim Caesar is not a second.
Yeah, so let's see, anyone else? Good night, Solar Wings, take care. Merci, monsieur. Oh, and actually just trim the aircraft the other way now. Mine. Alright, that back's on control. Alex, thank you so much for flying along, yeah? Glad you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Oh, German ATC is actually online. Well, I guess for those that would speak German will be alright.
757 Spy Blackbox is already streaming.
Yeah, Senshai, take care.
Flight Simulator as well.
So, but I won't be able to join the stream because I have to log off. So, 757 Spy. Right, there you go. Okay, guys. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much for the awesome support. Brendel, once again, thank you for your donation. Thanks for flying along. And I hope you don't have a too exhausting day tomorrow.
Yeah, it will be, I think, because I will be very tired.
Okay. Then have a great day nonetheless, and I'll see you again soon.
Yeah, good night.
Good night, everyone. Take care.